Hey everybody, how's it going? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to a brand new Blu Ray update. Freaking cool. Absolutely love this figure. And I gotta say, coming at number 5. I'm excited to go ahead and talk to you guys about it, so let's go ahead and get going on it. Boy, do we have a good one for you today. 40 titles in this update. This, of course, being my very first Blu-ray update for 2017. I've collected a lot of stuff over the last month and a half, and yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what I got. I got a lot of cool stuff. I haven't done my order yet from Amazon, which is not going to be a super big order, but I'm going to get a couple things off there. Haven't yet done that. Taxes haven't come yet. But anyways, look at this freaking update. I ain't kidding. 40 new titles. That is one hell of a stack. I have gone to a lot of different places over the last month or so. Of course, hit up the usual Walmart, Best Buy, Target, which you guys, have seen in a couple of my Blu-ray shopping videos. I hit up a couple different half-price books. I think I might have hit a pawn shop or two. Where else did I hit? Oh, I also went out to FYE the other day, and I really wanted to do a shopping video of that, but I had a lot going on that day, so I didn't do it. I will be going out there again soon for another shopping video, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I found some cool stuff, everybody. In this update, we got everything. We got tons and tons of A to Z titles with a bunch of new releases. We got a few Steelbooks. We got Disney. We got a ton of horror. We got a good chunk of Marvel DC. What else am I missing? Oh, not to mention I also got a brand new collector set that I'm actually not going to have in this video. I'm going to do a separate video of that because there's a little bit more to talk about in that video, so it's going to take some time. So I'm going to do a separate video of that. I'm also going to have a guest do the review of the collector set. So keep an eye out for that. Probably be coming next week. But enough talking. I'm excited to get into this. We got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. So let's do it. Also, real quick, keep in mind, I'm going to be bringing Jess in later in this video. She's going to do a couple guest reviews on a couple movies that she picked up for herself. So stay tuned for that. Let's get into it. All right, starting things out with some DC Marvel. We got this really sweet collector's edition of The Dark Knight. Now, I was at FYE the other day, and they had a sale going on there, and they're used titles, buy two, get a third for $1. I found two movies, and I was kind of walking around. They're getting ready to close, and I was having trouble trying to find a third used movie. And I came across this, and I thought it was pretty cool. I remember when this, The Dark Knight came out, and this was, exclusive at Target. Now, I don't know if this was sealed by FYE or if they're saying it's used because it's got some damage. Because you can see right there, there's a little rip, and then on the back, there's a tear. It looks like it's not actually sealed by FYE. It looks like it's actual like factory sealed, but I'm thinking they're saying it's used just because it's got the damage. So I don't know. Either way, I'm probably just gonna leave it this way. And even though I already had this movie like twice, I thought this was a cool little collector's edition of the movie, and to get it for $1, why not? But yeah, so I just picked it up for $1. added to my DC Marvel collection that I have over there. So thought it was cool. All right, next we have another edition of Man of Steel. I'm really excited about this, you guys, because this, if you guys know, this is so far in the DC universe, they've released 3 different movies so far, and this, of course, being the first one. Now, second one, Batman v Superman, and the third one, Suicide Squad. I bought both of those from Target, and I got their exclusives, which are these digibooks with the cool lenticular cover. When Man of Steel first came out, I bought the standard edition with the slipcover, and I decided that it'd be so cool if I would have had collect all of them with these fancy Target digibooks. And I obviously you can't find them anymore in stores, but I had this online on my Amazon cart for not really that much, about $23, and I've just been waiting to order it, and I actually came across this at a half-price Books, believe it or not, for $15. Used, obviously, but it is in excellent condition. We got a little mark down there from a sticker that I pulled off, but otherwise, I mean, look at the condition of this, you guys. It looks really good. And of course, like all the other digibooks, we get the cool colored booklet on the inside. So now I got all 3 DC films with these Target exclusive digibooks, and I'm hoping that as more movies keep coming up for the DC universe, they'll keep releasing these digibooks, so the collection will stay the same. But yeah, I'm so happy now I finally have it, and I got all 3 of the DC universe films out with the digibooks. So yeah, really happy about that. Okay, next we got A History of Violence from 2005, directed by David Cronenberg, who of course did the 1986 Fly remake with Jeff Goldblum. Found this at FYE, a movie I've been trying to get for a while. Had it in my Amazon cart. It is the last DC Marvel imprint I needed to get for my collection. I got all the Marvel imprints. I had every single DC imprint except for this one. So this, like I said, is a DC imprint. But it's a movie I've never seen, starring Viggo Mortensen. It sounds like an incredible movie. My buddy Max's movie channel, likes this movie a lot. I'm excited to see it. Like I said, it looks pretty sweet. So haven't watched it yet, but definitely will get on it now that I own it. But happy to complete my DC Marvel imprint titles for my collection. All right, the last title in my DC Marvel section of this update, we got the Lego Movie from 2014, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Now, you're probably wondering why I have this in my DC Marvel collection. Simply because, for one, Batman's in it and all the other DC characters. And the new movie coming out, Batman Lego Movie, or Lego Batman Movie, I should say, is basically a spin-off of this movie. So because of that, Batman's in it. I'm gonna keep it in my DC Marvel section over here. And when you look up under DC films, animated films, this one pops up in there. So, but finally got this on Blu Ray, which I'm happy about. Of course, we got vocals. We got voice work by Chris Pratt, who of course talks, the main character, of course, who plays Star-Lord in the MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy. And then of course Will Arnett, who talks Batman, and who's also going to be talking Batman in the Lego Batman movie. So yeah, happy to finally have this movie. My son loved this movie. I love this movie. I thought it had a really cool ending to it. So yeah, happy to have this. All right, continuing on here now, we're going to get into my Steelbook section of this update. I got 3 of them, starting with the Ghostbusters Steelbooks. I absolutely love these, you guys. I've seen these at Best Buy for a while. These were Best Buy exclusives. And they had them actually pretty cheap, $10 a piece. And every now and then their $10 section actually will have a sale where you buy one get one free. So I actually was able to get these during that sale. So $10 for both of the Ghostbusters Steelbooks. I mean, one hell of a deal. I already own these movies, obviously, in that Blu Ray digibook collection, but I had to get these Steelbooks. And like I told you guys, I've been, really wanting to build up my Steelbook collection this year. So I want to go ahead and just take a peek at these with you guys. We'll go ahead and set this one aside. Like I said, incredible artwork on these Steelbooks. Both of these have the glossy finish, which I like. There's a look at the back. And I'll go ahead and crack this open for you guys. Got a really awesome logo there. And I don't think I can't remember if there's anything on this other side here. No. But I love the colors. This one, of course, is teal. And it's just, it's even got the really good artwork on the disc itself, which is awesome. So, you can tell this is exclusive to the Steelbook itself. So there's a look at that one. All right, I'm taking a closer look at Ghostbusters 2. Again, a really, really nice Steelbook with excellent artwork. And really like the color of this one as well. It's got the nice purple, which, of course, was the color of the liquid sheet that was down in the sewer. But so here's a look at the front. Awesome look at the back. Crack this one open. And we got, of course, an all purple inside with the Ghostbusters 2 logo on this side. And then again, same artwork on the disc and nothing behind. So nice. So there are my Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 Steelbooks. Absolutely love these Steelbooks. They definitely have to be up there as my top Steelbooks that I own now. So I was so happy I was finally able to get my hands on these. Okay, so the last Steelbook I got here is the Christine Steelbook. Again, another exclusive to Best Buy of the Project Pop Art Steelbooks that they've been releasing lately. This one is kind of a different looking Steelbook. We get ourselves a little story down the bottom here. If you guys want to go ahead and pause on that so you can read it. But it's really nice. I love the cover. I haven't even opened this up yet, taking the seal off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with you so we can get a better look at it. Okay, so I got the seal off. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at this. This one has got the the flat finish, so not the glossy. We'll go ahead and remove the J card off the back here. If you guys want to take a quick look at that. Okay, really cool looking Steelbook. Not too fancy, but we just got nothing on the back except for that. That's pretty cool. I love this film, you guys. 1983 is when this came out. A great John Carpenter film, of course, from the mind of Stephen King, based off a Stephen King novel. Here's a look at the inside. I like the disc art. That's one thing I like about these Project Pop Arts from Best Buy is that, sometimes when you get a Steelbook, they just pretty much stick the standard disc in there that you can get on any other edition. But these Pop Arts actually are putting these special artwork discs in here as well. And I think that is a really cool touch. You get no artwork on the inside though, but just like a nice pink color. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so just kind of plain looking, but this is what really sells me with these Pop Art Steelbooks. Okay, so there you have it. Always been a fan of this film. I already have, the standard Blu Ray. Really wanted this Steelbook. And I just love this movie. I got the actual car. I've showed you guys that in one of my horror room updates. But the 1/18th scale of the car, it's badass. Haven't even taken it out of the box, but when the doors open, the hood opens, the lights turn on. It's just pretty badass. But yeah, kick-ass movie starring Keith Gordon. So there you go. All right, we're going to go ahead now and get started on my horror titles. We got Creepshow 2. Finally found this film from 1987, directed by Michael Gornick. from the minds of none other than Stephen King and George Romero, just like Creepshow 1. I found Creepshow, the first one, on Blu Ray not too long ago, and I've been wanting to find this one. I was, getting ready to order this, but I happened to come across this at Half Price Books. Half Price Books has really been surprising me lately with the titles I've been finding there, so I'm going to keep definitely going to that place. But anyways, a really cool set of films, you guys. Creepshow 2, they are horror anthology films, and they're pretty creepy, to be honest with you. And I really like them. They're fun horror films, and they're great movies to watch, and I really like them a lot, and I'm really happy I was able to get both of them now on Blu Ray, because I didn't own either one of these on DVD, so now I got them both. All right, next we got The Ring from 2002, directed by Gore Verbinski, starring Naomi Watts. This movie was actually really good. This was a remake from the '98 Japanese version, and I really liked it. The sequel, a lot of people don't like the sequel. I really don't either. Kind of a crappy film. But The Ring is definitely a classic. This movie is really good. It was definitely a pretty disturbing film. We got Rings coming out this year, which is the third installment. I got hopes for it, that we get a decent sequel, because 2 wasn't good. The trailers look pretty decent, but you never know. It's pretty hard to make a good sequel when it gets released, years and years later, after the other ones. But we'll see how it goes. I picked this up for $9 at Pawn America, and it's actually still sealed, which is cool. So I'm happy I finally got this. I had this in part 2 on DVD. Now I got the original on Blu Ray, so this is the one I really wanted on Blu Ray. Maybe at some point I'll get the second one on Blu Ray. I've never even checked to see if they have the second one on Blu Ray, but either way, I'm happy I got this one. All right, next we got Buried from 2010, directed by Rodrigo Cortez, starring Ryan Reynolds. This movie is freaking cool. I really like this movie. This movie gets a lot of negative reviews for some reason, and I don't quite understand it. I mean, I think that this movie is brilliant, and Ryan Reynolds, what he had to do for this film was I think extremely impressive. The entire film takes place in a coffin underground, and he is the only visible cast member in this movie. All the other cast members that are in this movie are basically just on phone calls, so we just hear their voice and that's it. But Ryan Reynolds basically just has got the wheel of this entire film, and all he's doing is laying in a coffin. And to act this part out had to be challenging, and I thought Ryan Reynolds was just amazing performance. This movie is so exactly what it says on here: intense and suspenseful, and definitely terrifying. A lot of people's phobias and greatest fears, I'm sure are being buried alive. And I think you get a very realistic take on what that experience would be like from Ryan Reynolds. I love this movie, you guys. I own it on DVD. I'm happy to have it on Blu Ray now. I haven't checked it out on Blu Ray yet, for the transfer and everything, but I cannot wait to revisit this film on Blu Ray. So happy to own this. Picked it up for $5 at Pawn America. All right, next we got Lights Out from 2016. Just came out this past year, and it is directed by David F. Sandberg, starring Teresa Palmer. I picked this up. This was actually one of the only titles I got during Target's $10 sale that they had, where a lot of their newer titles went down to $10. I kind of went there at a bad time. Most of the stuff had already been picked over, but I was happy that I was able to find this one, because this is definitely one that I wanted and was hoping that Target would have. It's a movie that I almost bought when it first came out, but I didn't know a lot about it. Wasn't extremely interested in getting it, and I'm glad I waited, because I was finally able to get it for a good price. If it's a movie that I'm not too sure of, I don't like dropping the top dollar for it, $20, $25 when they're brand new.
So I did the right thing with this movie. I waited, got it for a good price. This is, of course, from producer James Wan. Who doesn't love James Wan, director of The Conjuring, as you can see there. So I've heard actually more positive reviews about this movie than negative. So I'm excited to check this movie out. We'll definitely get to it soon, but I'm happy I was able to get it for a good price. All right, next we got The Call, starring Halle Berry, 2013, directed by Brad Anderson. Picked this up for $5. I really, really like this movie, you guys. I think it's an excellent thriller. Halle Berry does a great job in this film. I'm not like a huge fan of hers or anything, but I thought she did really good in this film. I think what I like most about it is that you really get to see kind of like the behind the scenes of the whole 911 world. The operators that work at in that type of position, taking 911 calls, what they go through, what they experience on their end. I think Halle Berry actually says in this movie one of the things that she hates more than anything about the job is not knowing how it ends. Not knowing how the emergency ends. Like I said, this movie is an excellent thriller. What takes place in this movie is really good, and I was really impressed with Halle Berry's performance. I think it was definitely one of her best, kind of an unexpected performance. But I really like this movie. I highly recommend this movie. If you haven't seen it, you guys, it's definitely worth a watch, and it definitely has some good rewatch value, I think. Even though, it's the type of movie that you kind of base it all on what's going to happen at the end. And then, obviously when you find out, then that kind of sums it up. But in my opinion, I still think it's entertaining enough to watch it a few times. But I've already checked this out, believe it or not, on Blu Ray. And I think the Blu Ray transfer looks pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's a big difference from DVD, but it still looks okay. So The Call, check it out. All right, so that takes us to Ghost Ship from 2002. Directed by Steve Beck. And of course we get Desmond Harrington and Harrington. God, I cannot talk today. Desmond Harrington in this movie, who of course also played one of the leading roles in the original Wrong Turn. This is a pretty cool movie, pretty fun movie. I that for only $4. Not the greatest in the world, but it's definitely fun. And as I had mentioned before, it's got a sweet kill scene in this movie that is almost just worth it on its own. It also has a sweet soundtrack. Of course, we get Mudvayne's Not Falling in this movie, and it fits it so well. But yeah, it's a cool movie. I was happy to find it on Blu Ray. Not a movie I was really expecting to find on Blu Ray, and I'm glad I did. So check it out. It's a fun movie. All right, next we got Knock Knock from 2015 from the master himself, Eli Roth, starring Keanu Reeves. I like this movie, you guys. It's kind of different. When I watched it, it wasn't exactly what I expected. The ending kind of ended in a way I wasn't expecting either. But it's still definitely a movie worth watching at least once. Some pretty suspenseful parts. And I think Keanu Reeves did, really good. I really been liking a lot of Keanu Reeves' recent movies. And I thought this was good. I owned it on DVD, and I found it cheap for $5.99 on Blu Ray, so I figured, what the hell. But yeah, definitely worth watching. All right, we're just about done with horror. That takes us to Blair Witch, the brand new Blair Witch film that came out 2016, last year, directed by Adam Wingard. And it stars James Allen McCune. Okay, so my opinion on this movie, I was very happy to find out that we were getting a direct sequel to the original Blair Witch Project. Of course, the sequel that they made years ago, Book of Shadows, was kind of crappy. It wasn't really a direct sequel. It was just more of a spin-off, a movie where, this one and the original are found footage. This one, or the Book of Shadows, was an actual movie of somebody just trying to prove that the Blair Witch Project wasn't real. But this one was pretty good, you guys. It wasn't as good as I thought or hoped it was going to be, but it was still pretty badass. Definitely pretty freaky. I think it's definitely almost right up there with the original as far as scary movies. I think the other one was definitely scarier when I first seen it because of, the whole thinking it was real thing. But now, with that aside, I think if you compare the two, this one might be a little bit creepier than the original. But it was kind of cool. You did find out a couple things in this film related to the original. I thought that was cool. I thought it was done well. I'm definitely happy with the film, and happy to have this on Blu Ray. And I think I definitely need to watch it again for sure. But over 3 hours of bonus content too. I haven't had a chance to watch any of that. But that's a lot of bonus content, so that alone is worth it as well. But check this movie out, you guys, at least one time. If you're a fan of the original, you're going to like this one. All right, so the last item in my horror collection here that I got is the Hannibal Lector collection. I'm happy I finally have this now. This collection, the thing about Hannibal Lecter, it's like a lot of other horror franchises. You just can't get the whole damn thing together in a set. Chucky and Jason both had that problem for a while, but between production companies, they finally was able to get them in one set. Maybe one day they'll do that with Hannibal Lecter. We still haven't gotten the complete Freddy on one Blu-ray set. But this one is missing. This one's got Manhunter, which is basically the first Hannibal Lecter film ever made that Anthony Hopkins actually isn't in. And then it's got, of course, the classic Silence of the Lambs, followed by Hannibal. The ones that it's missing is Red Dragon, which actually stars Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter, which actually stars Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. But it, from what I read, it's more of a. I've never actually seen Red Dragon. It's more of a remake of Manhunter because it's a prequel to the Silence of the Lambs. And then, of course, we got Hannibal Rising, which was like the last movie they made, which was another prequel of when he was really, really young, like growing up, becoming Hannibal Lecter. But it's still this is still a cool set. I have this exact same set on DVD. I'm happy to finally upgrade this now. Finally got me some Hannibal on Blu-ray. And I'm happy about that. Silence of the Lambs is just an amazing movie. Hannibal was okay. Manhunter is awesome too. They got a kick-ass Scream Factory version of that one. Holy crap. What the hell's going on upstairs? It's like all hell's breaking loose. Maybe Hannibal Lecter's up there. But, Scream Factory put out a sweet edition of Manhunter. The only one I never seen was Red Dragon, so I definitely got to watch that one. I actually have it on DVD, I just never watched it. But anyways, there you go. That's all my horror I picked up. All right, and that takes us to Disney. The one and only Disney title I picked up, Pinocchio, a brand new edition of this film, which was another one of Target's exclusive Digibooks. 1940 is when this movie came out, and it is so good, and I'm so happy to actually own this movie finally on Blu-ray, and what an awesome edition, just like Beauty and the Beast that I picked up months ago. Still sealed, haven't opened this yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick for you guys. Okay, got the seal off, and of course we got our little J card here. Now let's take a look at it, starting with the really sweet Signature Series collection logo that we get down here. Walt Disney on there. Great cover on the front. Here's a look at the back. We got Jiminy Cricket back there, and we'll go ahead and open it up. Nice. There's the discs. Nothing special about them. Okay. I won't really flip through the whole thing, but like I said, it comes with that storybook in here, which is awesome. Same thing in Beauty and the Beast. A nice picture back here. I'll take these out so you guys get a better look. There we go. And of course, in this edition, you get the Blu-ray and DVD. So, yeah, just a beautiful edition of the film, just like Beauty and the Beast. Definitely hoping to get more of these in the future. And I'm happy to even own this. I almost didn't. If you guys watched my Blu-ray shopping video, my most recent one from earlier this week, you'll see that crazy psychopath that tried to steal it from me. But I got it in the end. So go check that video out. It's kind of funny.
Hey Hey, it's Jess. I'm just letting you know that I'm popping in today to give you a couple reviews on some movies that I snuck under the radar of Tommy when he was buying a bunch of stuff. Kind of just snuck them in the basket. Pretty sneaky like that. But I'll let you know about these films I think you guys might want to check out sometime. So, thanks. Alright, so the first one I want to show you guys is this film, Never Been Kissed, by Raja Gosnell from 1999. I was 12. Unfortunately, I had been kissed at that point. So I got this film because I am obsessed with Drew Barrymore, especially her early stuff. And it's got a great cast. It's got David Arquette, I think Mandy Moore's in there, and a few other really popular 90s people. And I don't quite remember the storyline to this video, which I hate because I'm trying to tell you guys about it. But I'm going to be watching it actually probably this weekend. And I couldn't pass it up, one, because she looks freaking adorable on that cover, and two, it was only $3. Can't pass on anything like that with Drew Barrymore, so yeah. Alright, so the second film I wanted to show you guys, I saved best for last, is Ever After. This is from 1998 by Andrew Tennant. And this film is one of my go-tos. It is a Cinderella story basically, but it's a lot more realistic. It's just gorgeous, like everything about that film. Drew Barrymore did such a fantastic job, and I can't think of her name. Angelica Houston, maybe? Yeah, I think it's Angelica Houston. Played really, really well as the evil stepmother in this film. You could see that slight jealousy. You could see maybe there was that glimmer somewhere of some type of humanity, but not really. It's just overall amazing. And the dude, which I can't think of his name, who plays the prince, just total dreamboat, right? So this is a great film from 1998. Definitely a go-to for anyone who's looking for a sappy love story. It's even got a Da Vinci in it, which is really cool. It shows off like some of his paintings and some of his like contraptions and things, which I thought was really neat. So a little tiny bit of history in there. Not really, real life nonfiction, but still pretty cool to see. Definitely check out. Alright, so there you have it, the two Drew Barrymore films I snuck past Tommy. Very excited to get these in my DVD player and watch them. Hopefully you guys will get some kicks out of them too.
Yeah, actually, Jess, it's they wouldn't exactly work in a DVD player because they are Blu Ray. So you might need to get a Blu Ray player for those. But anyway, thanks, Jess. Getting in more of my A to Z titles now. We got Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. I like these movies a lot. They're really, really fun movies. I just picked these up at Half Price Books. Got the slipcover on part 2. No slipcover on the first one. That kind of sucks. But oh well. $6 a piece. Not a bad deal. The first one's definitely better than the second one. Too bad we couldn't get Rob Schneider back for the second one. And what really bugged me about it is that they don't even talk about Rob Schneider's character in part 2. That's really weird. I mean, if they couldn't get him to come back for the movie for whatever reason, they could have at least referenced him in the movie, and they don't. So, I mean, I always found that to be really weird. But anyways, they're really good movies, you guys. I've always liked them. Like I said, the first one is definitely better. The second one's good too, but sometimes they make a movie so good it's hard to try to follow up with a movie as good. And sometimes you tend to just overdo things, and I think they might have done that a little bit. But we got Grown Ups in 2010, and then they made the sequel in 2013. And Dennis Dugan, of course, directed both, of course. Yeah, I love these movies. I'm glad I was able to find these on Blu-ray. I've been trying to get more and more Adam Sandler on Blu-ray. I actually have a couple more Adam Sandler movies in this update. I think like 2 other ones that we'll get to. But yeah, like I said, trying to get some more Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey. I mean, 2 of my favorite comedy actors. Trying to get more and more of their stuff on Blu-ray. But yeah, happy to have the grown-up movies on Blu-ray. All right, next, The Invention of Lying from 2013, directed by Ricky Gervais and Matthew Robinson, also starring Ricky Gervais. This movie was so funny. It was so much better, though, the first time I've seen it, and not as good the second time. It starts out as a really super funny movie, and then it kind of takes a really weird turn. But I think it was such a unique idea for a movie. It's basically based around this world where lying doesn't exist. Like, lying isn't a thing. So people just tell it the way it is. It's so funny. But check this movie out, you guys. It's really, really funny, really weird. And this is pretty cool. Pretty cool that I found the slipcover edition of this movie. And only $6, so happy to have this movie. I've always liked it. All right, We're the Millers. Finally got this on Blu Ray, 2013, directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. And of course, starring Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis. I just recently showed this movie, you guys, in my top 10 comedy video, comedy film videos. And I was talking about how I really wanted to find this on Blu Ray, and I did. I found this over at Half Price Books. It's got a really cool lenticular cover. Actually, no, I didn't find this at Half Price Books. I found this at FYE. But yeah, I love it that I found the slipcover, the lenticular slipcover, how they change. You know, that is just so neat. But super, super funny movie. I talked about this in my in that video that I did. Go check it out. But yeah, happy to have this movie on Blu-ray. All right, next we got Men of Honor from 2000, directed by George Tillman Jr., starring Robert De Niro, Cuba Gooding Jr. Very powerful drama. I've always liked this movie. I found it in Walmart's dump bin for $6. Like I said, excellent performances by both of these actors. I really love this movie. It's an excellent drama, and I highly recommend this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen this. I didn't even own this on DVD. Happy to have this on Blu-ray. I can't wait to rewatch it, but really, really powerful movie, you guys. It's based around Navy SEALs. And it's really good. Check it out. All right, next we got End of Watch from 2012, directed by David Ayer, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. This movie was actually a recommendation from my buddy Zach, who joined me on one of my previous shopping videos. He said this was a really good movie, and definitely wanted to check it out. It actually it's supposed to be somewhat of a found footage film, but haven't seen it yet. Hopefully we will be getting to this soon. So yeah, and we'll see if Zach nails it on what he thought about the movie. All right, next we got Concussion, 2015, directed by Peter Landsman. Another movie I tried buying when it first came out, never got a chance to get it, and I finally got it at a really good price. I paid, this was one of Best Buy's buy one for 10, get one free. So, I actually, between this and another one, I only paid basically $5 per movie. So, haven't seen this yet. I love Will Smith movies. This is a true story that's based on Will Smith, who plays this doctor that basically kind of fought the National Football League on how much players get injured and brain damage and things like that. So it's it sounds really cool, and I can't wait to watch it. I've heard nothing but good stuff about this movie, and I'm happy I finally got it now on Blu-ray. So I'll definitely be checking this out soon. Will Smith is definitely a favorite actor of mine. All right, a movie that just recently came out, 2016, Jared Hess, directed by Jared Hess, and of course starring Zach Galifianakis, Owen Wilson, Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis. I watched this. I just recently picked this up this week in my shopping video. I watched it with my sister and brother-in-law, and God, it was funny. It was really, really good. I highly recommend this movie. It's based on a true story. It kind of gave it like a funny spin to it. But it actually is based off of a true story, and I thought that was kind of interesting. But definitely super, super funny movie, you guys. Highly recommend this movie. Every now and then you see a trailer, and it makes a movie look really funny, and then you watch it and it's not that good. This one definitely was good. I was really impressed by it. Really happy with it. And yeah, I love Zach Galifianakis. He's so damn funny in this movie. And it's kind of funny, it's got Kristen Wiig and then the other two girls from Ghostbusters, the Ghostbuster remake. It's got all the Ghostbusters in here except for Melissa McCarthy. So that's kind of cool. All right, another Adam Sandler movie, 50 First Dates from 2004, directed by Peter Siegel. Of course, directed Tommy Boy. Like I said, I'm getting more Adam Sandler movies. This is definitely one of my top favorite Adam Sandler movies. I'm not really big on romantic comedies, but this is definitely one of my favorite romantic comedies out there. And found it cheap on Blu-ray, and happy to grab it. All right, the classic Adam Sandler film Billy Madison from 1995, directed by Tamra Davis. You got to own this movie. If you're going to start collecting Adam Sandler movies, you have to have Billy Madison. I mean, this is the movie that put Adam Sandler on the map. This is like one of his first big leading roles. We get Chris Farley in a small role in this movie. I love Billy Madison. It's so funny. I was happy to find this for $4 at Target. Actually, that was at that news store. But anyways, yeah, you know, what can I say about Billy Madison? Everybody knows this movie. Super funny, and I'm so happy to have it on Blu-ray now. All right, next movie I've been trying to get for a long time on Blu-ray, No Escape, 2015, directed by John Eric Dowdle. This movie is, like I said, a movie I've been wanting to get. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Owen Wilson, Lake Bell, Pierce Brosnan. It's like one of Owen Wilson's, one of his only films that he is, you know, in a serious role. You know, this is about him trying to protect his family, you know, in another country, trying to keep him safe, and it sounds really cool. And like I said, heard nothing but good stuff about it, so I definitely wanted to get it on Blu-ray. I can't wait to actually watch this movie. All right, next we got Storks, a film that my son told me about that he said I should get, that he really liked. I think his mom had it, and he had watched it a few times. From 2016, directed by Nicholas Stoller and Doug Sweetland. It was actually a really good movie, guys. Really fun, really cute movie. Great movie for the family to watch. Adam Sandberg voices the main character in this film, which is this dude right here. I really liked it a lot. Kind of a movie that was kind of under the radar for me. Didn't really hear a lot about until it came out. And I found it for a pretty good deal for being a brand new movie. It was only like $15. So, like I said, it was a really good movie. A lot better than I thought it would be. And I picked it up for my son. And, you know, he loved it. You know, Jess and her kids loved it. So, highly recommend this movie for, you know, a newer animated film. It was a lot of fun, really cool movie. So definitely check it out. All right, so it takes us to 42, the Jackie Robinson story from 2013, directed by Brian Helgeland. Happy to get this movie. Found it for $4. Another movie I tried getting, you know, wanted to get when it came out. Didn't know a lot about it. Waited for it to go down in price, and you can't get much better than $4. Chadwick Boseman takes on the role of Jackie Robinson. I've really been liking this guy a lot lately. He portrayed James Brown in the James Brown biopic Get On Up. He of course is Black Panther in the MCU. I think he's a great you know, up and coming actor. This movie also stars Harrison Ford. I'm excited to watch this movie. I like baseball films, and you know, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this movie. So to get it for $4, I'm happy. This movie came with a pretty cool slipcover when it first came out. Kind of bummer that I you know, couldn't find one with one, but that's fine. Either way, I'm excited to watch this movie, you guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this movie. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. All right, next we got Ladder 49 from 2004, directed by Jay Russell. Starring Joaquin Phoenix and John Travolta. Happy to find this movie on Blu-ray. This has been a favorite of mine for a while. Had it on DVD. Didn't even know they had this on Blu-ray, and I just kind of stumbled onto it at Pawn America for $5. So I definitely grabbed it right away. It's a really good movie. You know, it's pretty sad. Got a pretty sad ending. If you like Backdraft, you'll really like this movie. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, I absolutely love him. Of course, I've always liked John Travolta, and it'll be cool to revisit this movie. It's been years since I've watched it, and you know, now watching it on Blu-ray should be pretty cool. So check this movie out. This is definitely a highly recommended film. All right, so we got The Last Stand from 2013, directed by Kim Ji-woon, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. This was basically one of his first films that he did when he came out of retirement, you know, after being governor and whatnot. Other than like his little roles in The Expendables, this was like his first big starring role that he did when he came back. It was actually a really cool movie. I really liked it. Had it on DVD, watched it one time when it first came out, haven't seen it since. Now I'm gonna go back and rewatch this on Blu-ray. But yeah, I was pretty surprised with this movie. Didn't think it would be as good as it was. We get some a really sweet fight scene at the end that shows that Arnie still has it. But yeah, I definitely recommend this movie, you guys. If you're a fan of Schwarzenegger and you haven't seen this yet, no matter what you've heard about it, check it out. It was really good. All right, next we got Bridesmaids from 2011, directed by Paul Feig. If I'm saying that name right. Hopefully I am. It's not Feig, it's Feig. I have no idea. But anyways, I've always liked this movie. I thought it was so funny. You get Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, a whole bunch of other good actresses. Found it for $5 at Half Price Books with a cool slipcover. Not perfect condition, but it'll do. I thought this movie was really funny. Not as funny as everybody made it out to be, but it was still pretty decent. It's kind of like the female version of Hangover in a sense. But I think Melissa McCarthy is really what... Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig really is what makes this movie funny, I think. But I've only seen it one time. I'm going to watch it again now on Blu Ray. But yeah, not a bad movie. All right, got myself another Jim Carrey movie. Me, Myself, and Irene from 2000 by the Farrelly Brothers. I like this movie. It was kind of different. Kind of had some weird elements to it. I think it was, it's rated R. You don't see a lot of his comedy films, Jim Carrey's comedy films rated R. And you get a lot of F-bombs in this movie, a lot of sexual content and stuff in this movie, but it still was pretty cool. You get Renee Zellweger in here as well. I paid only $8 for it. Like I said, I'm trying to get all Jim Carrey's movies on Blu-ray now. But I really remember liking this movie a lot. It's been a few years since I've seen it. But happy to have this on Blu-ray. All right, I picked myself up another Ernest movie, 1991, directed by, of course, John Cherry, starring Jim Varney. This was probably my second favorite Ernest movie. I don't know why they haven't released all the Ernest movies on Blu-ray. I was talking about before, it'd be cool to get a complete set, but at least, release them separately. But I think we only got the 3 Ernest movies on Blu-ray. I think just Ernest Goes to Jail, this one, Ernest Scared Stupid, and then Ernest Goes to Camp. I think there's only 3 that they've released so far. So hopefully they'll keep releasing them. But yeah, I always like Ernest Scared Stupid. It's a fun movie to watch around Halloween time. And it was pretty much, I think, the second to last one that hit theaters. This is the 4th in the franchise. And then the one after this was Rides Again. Ernest Rides Again. I think that was the last one to hit theaters. So, but yeah, this is definitely a good one. I love Ernest. Rest in peace, Jim Varney. All right, so that takes us to the last title in this update. I know this has been a long update. I appreciate those who have stuck around watching this video. But we got The Whole Truth from 2016, directed by Courtney Hunt, with Keanu Reeves. I keep trying to watch this movie every night. This is like definitely the next movie I want to watch. I bought this, and when I showed this in the shopping video, my sister's seen the video, and based off the video, she went and Redboxed it. And she said it was a fantastic movie. So I can't wait to see it. It sounds really good. We got Jim Belushi in here, Renee Zellweger. And it just sounds like a really interesting story. If you guys want to just read the back there. Yeah, I can't wait to actually, watch this movie finally. Because it does sound pretty good. So... yeah.
All right, that wraps it up, everybody. Again, thank you so much for those who stuck through this whole video. I know it was a big update, 40 titles. I mean, wow. Just a big way to start out 2017. So I hope you guys enjoyed the titles I checked out. I got a lot of good stuff. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the titles I checked out, and let me know, if there's something new that you guys have gotten recently that you think maybe I should go pick up. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you put a like to this video, share the video around, and subscribe if you haven't. Keep in mind, next week I'll be putting that video up of that new collector set that I picked up, that I'm going to have a guest do the review on it. So stay tuned for that. And I want to thank Jess for popping into this video, giving her reviews. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. TD Healthy 2015. We'll check you later.